I don't think anyone does it enough. I don't think Western culture has evolved to include daily practices of self-care or community care, almost care at all.
All I do is just reiteration.
It's just like normal going to the dentist. I think it's sort of treated as a chore in American culture. So I think it's embedded in everything, and it's obviously intersects with white supremacy and patriarchy, especially just in maternity leave time, here versus anywhere else on earth, essentially.
Show you how to be yourself. 'Cause you are.
The culture of being an artist in America is really underdeveloped because it has interacted with capitalism in a really in a way that kind of invisibilizes the idea of or the healing practice of making art or how art kind of more naturally functions in a society. And I think that's created a situation where artists are more like entrepreneurs or a subset of the idea of entrepreneurs. And I think entrepreneurs in a hyper-capitalist society are expected to sacrifice themselves essentially in a masochistic way. And unfortunately, I think to elevate your work to a visible platform requires that self-sacrifice, that literal denial of self, because we live in a hyper-capitalist society. I think the biggest thing is just real specifically creating a daily meditation practice. The first initiative energy around self-care is learning the skill of being in a solitary, quiet environment and being able to focus on being in the present and quiet everything that isn't that. And I think that usually will call forth the other methodologies that any person specifically needs to actually care for their mind, body, and spirit, but their spirit, body, and mind. Spirit, mind, and body, probably in that order. Everybody does some amount of self-care in community care, else we would die, So I think a lot of what it feels like is, oh, we're not doing it, is more like we're not naming the things that we do self-care, cooking for each other, listening to each other, the whole thing, black people don't go to therapy, yeah, but sometimes we just create friendships that are psychotherapeutic bonds, Yeah, there's got to be a way to essentially build upon that foundation of the self-care that is happening more, quote unquote, deinstitutionally or informally, quote unquote, which, I think is even kind of an oppressive term oh, that's not formal, so it's not, whatever, but that's just happening, So I just think it's important to name what we already do, take credit for it first, and then just build upon it.